The next morning during Fry's funeral, Fry's mother comes to Landor and gives him Fry's diary, hoping it would help with the investigation. Everything inside the diary was written in a secret code. Understanding what was written in it was not an easy task, but Landor starts trying to decode it. Meanwhile, Edgar becomes friends with Artemis's sister Leah, the same girl he had seen outside his window the morning he was writing the poem his mother told him. Edgar invites Leah to meet him at a deserted place so that he can investigate her. But after seeing Leah's beauty and innocence, Edgar himself falls in love with her. Suddenly, Leah starts suffering from epilepsy. She falls to the ground and starts writhing in pain. Seeing this, Edgar gets extremely scared. However, after a short while, Leah recovers on her own. At the same time, after putting in a lot of effort, Landor finally succeeds in decoding the words written in Fry's diary. That night, while Edgar is returning from the academy, he senses someone's presence around him. But when he looks around, he sees no one. Suddenly, Bellinger attacks Edgar and threatens him to stay away from Leah. Actually, Bellinger was also in love with Leah, and he didn't like Edgar getting closer to her. Just then, Landor arrives and beats Bellinger, making him go away. Edgar becomes very angry and tells Landor that if Bellinger comes between him and Leah again, he will kill him. Landor somehow calms Edgar down and explains things to him. The next morning, Landor hears from the captain that Bellinger has disappeared. Landor is surprised to hear this. He goes with the captain and the rest of the soldiers to search for Bellinger. After a short search, they find Bellinger hanging. Just like Fry, his heart was also taken out of his chest. When his body's brought to the hospital, Dr. Marquise tells the colonel and the captain that Bellinger's murderer is someone else because the chest wounds on Bellinger and Fry are completely different. The biggest difference was that this new murderer had also made Bellinger impotent. After hearing this, the colonel becomes furious and starts questioning Landor's abilities. He scolds Landor, saying that even after so many efforts, Landor has not been able to find any solid evidence. Meanwhile, the captain tells Landor that he now fully suspects Edgar. The captain says that during dinner the previous day, Edgar was openly telling the soldiers about his fight with Bellinger, and he even threatened to kill Bellinger in front of everyone. Landor defends Edgar, saying he is a good boy. He must have said those things in anger, but he can't kill anyone. Then the captain tells Landor something surprising. He says that last summer, Edgar had also gotten into a fight with Fry. The colonel adds that he would have arrested Edgar a long time ago, but there is no solid evidence against him. Hearing this truth about Edgar, Landor is stunned. Once, Landor had asked Edgar about Fry, but Edgar clearly said he didn't know Fry. Now Landor goes straight to Edgar to ask the questions running through his mind. He scolds him angrily and tries to get the truth out of him. In his defense, Edgar says that ever since he joined the academy, he has had fights with dozens of boys because many people made fun of him for his face or personality, but he never let the feeling of revenge grow in his heart. Hearing Edgar's words, Landor also feels satisfied and believes that Edgar is innocent. Later that day, Dr. Marquise organizes a dinner at his house to mourn Bellinger's death. He invites both Landor and Edgar. Everyone is having dinner when suddenly Artemis forgets his manners and starts speaking rudely to Landor. Actually, he suspects that Landor had secretly searched his room. That's why he keeps insulting Landor. Seeing this behavior, Artemis's mother gets angry at him and leaves the dinner table. Right after her, Leah also gets up and leaves. However, the doctor apologizes to Landor for his family's rude behavior and offers to make a drink for him to lighten the mood. While the doctor is preparing the drink, Landor notices a magic book on his shelf. Seeing it, Landor begins to suspect the doctor. He decides to investigate the doctor and asks him if his daughter is sick. The doctor tells him that his daughter Leah has a dangerous disease that causes her to live in constant fear. Because of this illness, she hasn't married yet. While they are talking, Artemis comes to call them to listen to Leah's piano performance. But Landor says he wants to get some fresh air and uses the moment to sneak away and search Artemis's room. Meanwhile, Edgar forgets everything else and gets lost in Leah's piano tune. He had fallen so deeply in love with Leah that he was ready to do anything for her. On the other hand, Landor finds a coat in Artemis's room that does not have a rank on its shoulder. Landor remembers the academy guard had mentioned that the officer who granted him leave wore a coat just like that. Then Mrs. Marquise arrives there and is also surprised to see that coat. Landor takes the coat downstairs. The doctor says it belongs to his dead brother, and he doesn't know how it ended up in the house. Landor tells him that the coat was found in Artemis's room. Before Artemis can say anything, the captain arrives and says that another soldier named Stoddard is missing from the academy. Stoddard is the same boy who last saw Fry and nervously gave a statement to Landor. After hearing this, Landor immediately goes with them to search Stoddard's room. After searching the room, Landor tells everyone that Stoddard wasn't kidnapped. He ran away from the academy on his own. Landor says this because Stoddard's belongings were also missing from the room. Landor guesses that Stoddard, Bellinger, and Fry were good friends, and after seeing how Fry and Bellinger died, Stoddard got scared that he would be next. That's probably why he ran away in fear. Because of the coat found in Artemis's room, everyone starts suspecting him of being the killer. Landor still doesn't have solid proof against Artemis, so he asks the colonel for some more time to gather evidence. Meanwhile, Edgar goes to Leah and recites his poem to her. Leah then takes him out for a walk. On the other side, Landor visits his friend again and learns that Henri Leclerc, the man who wrote the book on immortality, was actually a devil worshipper. Landor's friend also shows him a picture of Henri Leclerc. Landor suddenly remembers that he has seen this painting somewhere else. He immediately rushes to the doctor's house. He had seen that picture of Henry there because he had seen the Book of Black Magic in the doctor's house, which was probably written by Henry. Also, Henry's painting was hanging on the wall. Landor now suspects that the doctor's entire family is behind all the mysterious incidents happening in the city. His doubts turn into certainty when he holds the magic book in his hands. It was indeed written by Henry. Landor threatens the doctor and tries to force him to tell the truth. The doctor becomes frightened and begins to confess everything. The doctor tells Landor that his daughter Leah has a serious illness and only has about 3 months left to live. He tried every treatment to save her, but no medicine worked. Then one day, Leah told the doctor that her ancestor, Henry Leclerc, spoke to her and had shared a magical ritual that could make her immortal. According to the doctor, after performing the ritual, Leah actually started to recover. Seeing this, the entire family got involved in performing the ritual. As the doctor is explaining this to Landor, on the other side, his daughter, along with her mother and brother, is busy completing the ritual. Leah had taken Edgar, who was unconscious, to an old house and was about to cut out his heart and offer it to the devil. In this ritual, Leah's mother and her brother fully supported her. Leah had Fry's heart in her hand, which she offered to the devil. After that, she placed Edgar's blood on her forehead and began reciting a spell. Meanwhile, after questioning the doctor, Landor learns that Leah and Artemis are about to kill Edgar, so he starts running toward the house. On the other hand, Edgar had opened his eyes, but he was still not fully conscious. He knew that Leah was going to kill him, but he loved her so much that he was ready to sacrifice himself to keep her alive. After this, Leah continues reciting the magic spell and moves forward to take out Edgar's heart. But before she can harm Edgar, Landor arrives. All three of them get scared when they see Landor and warn him to stay away by threatening him with a knife. Just then, a candle falls and sets the house on fire. A scuffle begins between Artemis and Landor. Leah keeps reciting the spell, but suddenly a burning wooden beam falls on her and badly injures her. Seeing this, Artemis runs to save Leah. Taking advantage of the moment, Landor carries Edgar out of the burning house. Artemis and his mother were focused only on Leah when suddenly a burning part of the house collapsed on them. Landor manages to save the doctor's wife, but Leah and Artemis are burned to ashes. Seeing Leah die, Edgar is deeply shocked. After this, Edgar is admitted to the Academy Hospital safely. It's revealed that Dr. Marquise had already resigned. The captain and the colonel thank Landor for solving the mystery and apologize for ever doubting him. After completing his duty, Landor returns home. But this story does not end here. A few days later, Edgar comes to Landor's house fully recovered. He says he has found out something about Landor's daughter's death. Saying this, he walks inside. Edgar is very angry with Landor because he has discovered a secret that Landor had hidden from the world. The handwriting on the letter Landor had once written to Edgar matches the handwriting on the letter found in Fry's hand. This means Landor was the one who wrote the letter and lured Fry to the place of his death. To understand why Landor did this, Edgar began investigating. He learned from Patsy that one night, when Landor's daughter was returning home from a party, 3 rogue cadets from the academy raped her. After knowing this, Edgar understood that Fry was definitely involved in that crime. But now Edgar wanted to hear the whole truth directly from Landor, because by now he already knew too much. So Landor began telling him everything. Actually, Landor's daughter hadn't run away with anyone. Because of the terrible crime committed against her, she had taken her own life by jumping off a mountain. To get revenge, Landor had been secretly looking for the culprits. He had already received Fry's locket from his daughter, so Landor knew that Fry was one of the three. To kill Fry, he wrote a letter in Patsy's name and called Fry out of the academy. Landor knocked him unconscious with his weapon and later hanged him from a tree. He had also asked Fry for the names of the other two boys, but Fry didn't reveal anything. Then Landor heard someone approaching, and he had to run away. Landor was lucky because that same night, the doctor had taken out Fry's heart for a black magic ritual. It felt as though even God was helping Landor in punishing his daughter's rapists. Even the colonel had chosen Landor to investigate Fry's death. Landor took advantage of that and claimed it was a case of black magic to hide his own crime. He then worked to frame the doctor's family, who were already obsessed with superstition, to make the whole case look like black magic. Landor had removed the hearts of animals himself. While decoding Fry's diary, Landor discovered the name of the second culprit, Bellinger. After that, he killed Bellinger and took out his heart too, so that it would seem like another black magic ritual, just like Fry's murder. Landor had beaten Bellinger and forced him to reveal the name of the third culprit, Stoddard. But before Landor could kill him, Stoddard ran away from the academy in fear. Edgar asked Landor why he didn't punish Stoddard. Landor replies that he no longer has the courage to commit another murder. He only hopes that wherever Stoddard is, he lives with guilt for the rest of his life. In this way, Landor very cleverly took revenge while fooling the entire military academy. And Landor didn't regret what he had done because he did it all for his daughter. But Edgar's heart was shattered by Leah's death. That's why he takes Landor's letters to the colonel as evidence. But then he realizes that this punishment wasn't enough for the monsters who had done such a horrible thing to Landor's daughter. Thinking this, Edgar burns the evidence. After all this, Landor had nothing left except the memories of his daughter. That's why in the end, he goes to stand at the top of the mountain to reunite with his family. Friends, if you like this video and got lost in the story while watching, then please subscribe to support us so we can keep bringing you more videos like this. Thanks for watching.